Hey there! What is going on, guys? Kirby here. Today I want to share with you 5 awesome Minecraft mansion seeds. In the first video I did about Minecraft mansion seeds, I shared with you 5 incredible mansion seeds that other people had found. In this video, each seed are seeds that I have personally come across myself and found, so each one of these seeds was found by me, and I'm thrilled to share the seeds with you. I'll show you not only the mansions, but other locations throughout the seed too. A lot of time went into finding these seeds, so I hope you like them. Before I start the video, I want to shout out my new Instagram account. If you have Instagram, make sure to go follow it. I post updates there like I do on Twitter. I share Minecraft posts and quick little videos too. Alright, enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and get started. The first seed is actually the furthest we will have to travel to reach the mansion. I want to mention that the mansions all have a bit of a travel distance, but each seed has some pit stops or locations along the way to explore, and most aren't too far of a travel distance. With that said, in this first seed, you spawn right next to a village. Unfortunately, there isn't a blacksmith in the village, but it's definitely a great start to have food right where you spawn in. You can head southeast, and on the edge of the savanna biome there is a desert temple. In the temple I got some iron and a couple of books, including a depth strider book, which is pretty awesome. You can travel to this next village or not, that's up to you. Any location in this video is up to you to travel to or not. You can skip whatever you want. I'm just showing you the easiest path to the mansion that I personally found. This doesn't have a blacksmith, but like I said, it made the travel path a bit easier for me to remember. And it does have some food, which is good for traveling. And to make up for that no blacksmith, there is a desert temple right nearby that does have some pretty nice loot to make up for it. And southeast from here is another village, and this one has a blacksmith, but it doesn't have that much loot. You can travel southwest from this village and you will come across a desert temple that I actually found a notch apple inside of. So I mean, a temple with a notch apple, you can't go wrong with that. You don't have to visit here, but on the way to the mansion from that temple, you can come across a stronghold. Also close by to the mansion, we'll have a mesa biome. So that's great to have nearby for blocks and such if you decide to camp out in the mansion or whatever. We finally reach our mansion after a pretty long travel, but it's certainly worth the experience of traveling. The very top floor of this mansion only has 2 rooms, so it's very small, but of course you can explore the whole mansion to see what you can find in it. I'm sure you'll find some rooms that you like, and yeah. Here is your mansion. The next seed doesn't have nearly as much for us to explore, but the location of the mansion is much closer. In fact, the entrance to the mansion is only about 640 blocks away from your spawn point, which really isn't that far at all. So, from your spawn point, you are going to want to travel northwest. More west than north though. You can come across a village without a blacksmith if you go to the coordinates that I've provided. As with other villages without blacksmith, it isn't much fun without loot. But I mean, you can get food from here for your travel and maybe a place to camp out for a night or something. If you travel almost directly south from this village, you'll come across a ravine. I mean, feel free to collect anything you want from here, but if you continue south, you'll quickly just come across the mansion. The mansion is 3 stories tall, and the top floor is actually a pretty decent size, so this is a pretty large mansion to explore. I'll also just let you know that on the 2nd floor, there is a little mob arena room, or whatever you call that. And I just always think that room looks cool. About 800 blocks away from this mansion is another village if you're interested in continuing to explore things. The village does have a blacksmith. shockingly, in this seed, we're actually going to head right to the mansion to start off. Pretty unusual for this video. About 700 blocks northeast of spawn, you'll find the mansion. I'm going to call this a ravine mansion because, for one, there is a ravine connected off the side of the mansion, making the foundation of the mansion go all the way to the bottom of the ravine. There is also another ravine very close by that has a decent amount of coal and iron, so that's why this is the ravine mansion. The mansion itself is 3 stories, with again the 3rd floor actually being a decent size. My favorite room, the chicken room, is on the 3rd floor, so make sure you look out for that one. The chicken room is the best room, trust me. There is a village a few hundred blocks north of the mansion. It's kind of tucked away between a forest and some hills, and the blacksmith has some pretty standard loot in it. If you are feeling adventurous, you can also travel northeast to a witch hut. But this is just a pit stop because if you travel almost directly south from here for about 1,000 blocks or so, you can dig down right into a stronghold. The coordinates that I have provided are a dig down location where you can dig down to the end portal room specifically, just to make it easier for you to find. The mansion in this seed is actually only about 1,000 blocks away from your spawn point, but we are going to stop at a couple of places before we get here. There are 2 places we'll stop at before going to the mansion, just a quick stop here as it's nothing too special. If you travel northwest, you'll reach a village with a ravine nearby. There's no blacksmith, and the ravine has about what you'd expect from a small ravine that only goes down to about Y level 45 or so. If you continue traveling northwest from the village and ravine, you'll come across the mansion that is pretty much embedded into a hill inside of the forest. The top floor of this mansion is pretty small. It only has 2 rooms. The entrance of the mansion actually has a cave right next to it because the mansion, like I said, cuts off the mountain around it. So I thought that was pretty cool. You can actually see some coal off the cave entrance, and if you go through the cave, you just come across to another spot of the mansion. So I mean, I just thought that was an interesting little detail around this mansion. You can travel to another village without a blacksmith if you want to. It's about 1,000 blocks away, but I thought I'd mention it anyways because, well, we do have some people that like to explore, and I mean, why not mention it? The final seed features quite a few locations to travel to before actually reaching the mansion. However, the mansion is still within 1,300 blocks away from where you spawn, so it's really not too far to travel to at all. We're going to start out by visiting a village that is right near you at your spawn point. Slightly west of spawn is a village with a blacksmith. And you may be happy with the loot that you get here. I know I was happy with the 2 diamonds I got. I mean, starting off with a diamond sword is great. After this, you're actually going to turn around and head northeast a bit to come across another village. This, unfortunately, doesn't have a blacksmith, but like the other villages that don't have blacksmiths in this video, it's a nice pit stop and makes the path to travel just a little bit easier. Head slightly east and then south, and you'll come across a desert temple. Grab the loot and get ready for another decent travel distance. You're actually going to head back north now. I know it seems like an odd way to travel, but trust me, it is the easiest way to go, or at least the easiest way that I found, while still going to different locations on your way to a mansion. You'll come across a jungle temple, so make sure to grab the loot in the hidden chest. You may come out with quite a few emeralds, some iron, and some gold, just letting you know. From this jungle temple, you can go ahead and travel northwest towards another village. When we get here, we'll find a blacksmith in which I actually got some pretty nice loot at. And now finally, we can head over to our mansion, which is about 600 blocks away from this village or so. Like the others, this mansion has again 3 floors. The 3rd floor is a pretty decent size, and it has the cool looking fighting arena thing on it, which is funny because you can also find another one of those on the 2nd floor, and this 2nd floor fighting arena thing just happens to be next to a chicken room. You know, the best room there is. You know, chicken room, it's the best room. I already told you that, but just wanted to let you know again because, you know, sometimes you forget these things. Oh, and there's a desert village right next to this mansion too, but there's no blacksmith here. So that concludes this one, guys. Before I go, I'm going to say that I'm going to add the minecraftseeds.net post in the description, the link to it. That will have the coordinates to this seed there. The coordinates are also in the video if the link isn't there yet when you watch the video. So you can see the coordinates in the video too. I also may link the seed showcase links in the description if I end up making videos specifically on these seeds that go into more detail about whichever seed it is that I showcase. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I put a lot of work into finding all these seeds and working on this video, so any support that you guys will show me will mean a lot to me. I mean, I've worked hard on this one. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I do hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you maybe found a seed that you were interested in. But that's going to do it for me. Like I said, I'm out of here. See ya.